DJ Zed, lower the music. Just a little bit. No, I'm not trying to be just... Okay, there you go. Greetings! Good afternoon. Oh my goodness, I need to put on my reading glasses. My name is Celestial Udenberg. Celestial Udenberg. Okay. Well, hello there. That's a very long, funny name. Welcome. Please stand by. This live stream will be starting soon. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and good night to you, friends. And welcome, welcome, welcome. I haven't used this setup for a hot minute, and I went to the trouble to double check to make sure it was correctly or lined up for the vertical output on TikTok. Oh, we need to go check in on that as we perform our pre-flight checklists. Getting ready to launch a little art action this morning, starting our streaming variety chaos day with some fan art, fan fiction art making. With signage and character sketching and all kinds of fun stuff in the mix. Please stand by. DJ said crank it up nice and loud so people survive. Dear audience, please be advised of the following announcement. We will be no longer streaming to Nemo or Trovo or Kick and others potentially. Because of a need to, tighten the belt as it were, I'm going to drop the multi-text chat announcement. This is copy-paste prefab that I'm putting in there, and then I'm going to read it in a funny voice because I need everyone to know. And also, if you want to follow along with the many adventures of, there's no reason why you should stop. You just need to be aware of the fact that this is happening. Oh, I forgot I turned on the chatbots, and they've got their own set of things that they want to drop in an urgent rush. because we've been chatting a bit already. Hello and welcome, friends. Salutations and greetings to everybody on all the platforms. Thank you for being here. Thank you for checking it out. Thank you for listening to DJ Z Discotheque Synthetica, the robot rock from the fictional fan Zeppoverse that you've never read because it's over on Solo. There it is, through Solo on Wattpad. Come on through and read about the universe that this music that you like so much is from. That's right, DJ Z is my imaginary sidekick, and he and I make this music together in an imaginary robot rock discotheque dance studio that I don't actually have because, you know, money. Hello, friends, and welcome. Please stand by. This live stream will be starting soon. I'm just double checking things look okay and that they're working and stuff. Whoa. Also, I just realized I completely forgot to turn on all my laser beams, so if I turned on my face cam, it would have looked, well, I guess it would have been like Halloween appropriate. It would have looked spooky and dark and underlit. Come on, laser beams. Please stand by. Please be advised, friends, because of where is the actual thing? I'll read it from the notepad. It's easy. Urgent announcement. Dear viewers, please be advised. This news will impact only those of you watching and following my live stream show Extravaganza missing from all content. Extravaganza show on any platforms other than Twitch. Sorry, I'm not expressing any personal preference towards Twitch nor endorsing it as a platform particularly, so please don't misconstrue it as such. I'm just reporting you the facts. As of later this week, because of my own personal life circumstances and some cost-cutting measures that must be implemented across the board of all my content creation projects, this was written a few weeks ago, so as of this week, for this month, I will be reverting back to plain old regular Streamlabs free. Please be advised, I genuinely endorse. No one is paying me. I wish I had endorsements and platform deals and all that kind of stuff, but I don't. I'm just a struggling former professional in an industry that nearly collapsed out of existence and isn't hiring me back in because there's already too many people that flooded it. Trying, pivoted to content creation, and here we are. So Streamlabs desktop, it's awesome. It, like all software, it has its moments. Some days it tests my patience. But when it all is said and done, it does the job beautifully, as you can see by this starting soon setup, which didn't take all that horribly long to arrange. I can even sort of tweak it live, like let's put the starting soon way up here so that it's a little more legible under the chat doesn't. And let's recenter that. We can transform center on horizontal for all of them. Boom. Look at that beautiful adjustment we just made live on stream. Isn't that smart and adorable? Anyways, welcome to the show, folks. I am selecting another track. We're switching gears after being hyper focused on Assassin's Creed. I had to fight the mechanics of my body-mind interface to not say Asheron's Call, because I missed those games. They don't exist anymore. They were completely unplatformed, and they should be brought back. Microsoft Turbines / Xbox should re-engineer them with whatever new awesome is technology. Dear Xbox, Asheron's Call 1 and 2 merged into a brand new Asheron's Call universe of single story campaign player, in the style of Call of Duty with a multiplayer, mini maps, fighting mode to satisfy those that are like that, but also a completely immersive, completely really open world MMO experience that rivals and tops the massive openness of Assassin's Creed titles and the best things of all the MMOs, including ESO, and insert the best ranking multi MMOs, true MMOs, including Warzone, up to and including Warzone, right? Just it would be a mind-meltingly awesome experience. Somebody hire me, please and thank you. And now, some original Robot Rock digital fake music, fan fiction music. Everything that I do here is fan fiction fake. So just be advised. Even my live stream show is sort of like a parody of live streaming. And it's not kicking off because obviously no one's watching it. But I can't stop doing it because it is a working MacGuffin and a way for me to exorcise my demons and get ideas, story ideas started. But my phone is now actually, I think, fully charged. Flight check. Independent, my no social media is open. Just my handy dandy next gen voice recorder that's got automatic text transcription. Oh my God, friends, I cannot even tell you. I'm going to step through the scenes just to see what's up. This is supposed to have the Xbox and its sounds floating in the background, but it's currently taking some time off and not fired up. So, this phone, insert name of phone that I don't remember, which is my most recent phone that replaced a phone I really toughed it out with for a very long time with a very broken, very difficult to read screen, which I think caused a great portion of my progressive eye reading problems. We're going to put this in. No, we're visually checking everything. So I can't put it in performance mode yet. Anyways, this thing is a multiple decades long dream come true because I've lost more audio recorded notes from so many different kinds of devices that could take audio recording notes that were supposed to make my life better but didn't, and then just became lost data that never got synced to anywhere, and or maybe got synced to some cloud that I lost access to and is now just wasted data and or being used, knock on wood, God forbid, it is not being used, it's just sitting there. Lost to me, most important, the only one that has any use to it, because it was all random, eccentric, weird brain dumping that needed development and was rough and was like in shorthand as note to self. And the only thing it would render is a weird, crazy sounding, rambly AI chatbot that sounds like me, which hopefully no one is doing. Hopefully no one is done. Dear gods of the universe, please have prevented that by now. No one's trying to hack me that way. Please and thank you. Welcome to the show. It's an art show today, a fan fiction art show, where I introduce this weird thing and say thanks for it because I'm trying to celebrate gratitude in everything I do a little bit more often, a little bit more overtly, because it's one of those things we have to do it, engage in it, and also share it, and dare I say role model it, for it to really start doing the serious manifesting that some people think it wants to do. So my show is weird. I am nothing like any other streamer I've ever come across, which may or may not be hello named that are just symbols and flags that I can't quite make out even with my glasses on, but worse without. But they look a little potentially religious, potentially pseudo-religious nationalist. And that's always alarming. Hello. But all are welcome as long as we can respectfully enjoy each other's company. I'm just double checking where we are. Oh, excellent connection, according to Twitch Stream Manager. I never finished explaining my urgent announcement from earlier. Oh, here we go. There is the announcement most recent. Hopefully nothing else drops. Let me reread this and finish reading this. It's right down there. This is at the bottom of the chat, or right there, depending on which one we're looking at. There. Dear viewers, this news will only impact you, those of you watching and following my live stream show Extravaganza on any platforms other than Twitch. Again, not a personal endorsement thereof, just a statement of fact. Because of cost-cutting measures across the board, this struggling artist of various kinds and various media is not limited to content creation as it is known on the internet. As of right this moment, we'll be reverting very soon. Maybe not today. I think we've got a few days left. But we will be reverting back to plain old regular Streamlabs free. Which is alright with me. Genuine personal endorsement. I wish someone was paying me to do this, but honestly, if you're into Streamlabs, I mean, if you haven't used Streamlabs, check it out. It's awesome. It does what they offer you. It does, and like any piece of software, it'll have its frustrating moments, but it has truly served me well. I just need to reorganize my scant bit of budget for this collection of projects in particular, so I can leverage it in better ways. And this is one solid option. The only downer, to return to the silly voice, is that without the handy pro features, which means that my live stream show Extravaganza will be reverting back to being a Twitch exclusive as of a few days from now. Please do follow me there if you can. I'm not trying to be prejudiced against the other platforms. I love the other platforms. I wish I could keep streaming to the other platforms. And as I say, oh so wistfully, unless someone wants to sponsor me and or buy me a year's worth of Streamlabs Pro, it's not gonna happen. At least not right now. I gotta cinch the belt. For good reasons, not bad reasons. I'm just I'm restructuring my humble little starter angel investors, like budgeting allotments that have been going to this so they can be piled up for a hot minute and go towards something else. And hopefully in the process, pay for a year's worth, so that it's less of a month-to-month thing. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling about that. Allow myself to reintroduce myself so I can ramble about other things. I am a former professional of... What? What was I? I am a public speaker that sometimes stumbles on their words, like any human being. Welcome to my real, raw, and radically unscripted show. Former live stage venue professional, both technician and occasional performer, turned content creator, and apocalypse survivor. Here we are. Many of you may know me from hours and endless hours of Call of Duty Chaos Variety. Some of you may have just recently smashed that follow button because I've been momentarily hyperfixated on Assassin's Creed, which isn't going to... We're going to do a balanced thing of rotating things a little bit more regularly on the week-to-week, month-to-month level. I've been rotating my games through on like the end of the year seasonal level, and that's not enough. That's not often enough. My intro tagline is old school gamer. Like I have loved video games and have had some sort of relationship, even if it is loving them from afar and or FOMOing out about not getting to play some of them when it comes to historic games and or franchises. But I did start off and was introduced to gaming a long time ago, in a generation that for some seems lost in the mists of time. In the very earliest of days of home video entertainment contraptions of various sizes and builds. My first desktop machine that was, like for me to use, as a tool that I had, login credential authorities, was an Apple IIgs. That's before before visual graphics Windows like caught on as a home office thing. Okay? So, love me some video games is all I'm saying. Humble brag. Old timer brag, I guess. Cause I'm one of those like fun old dudes that's still gaming. And you know, I see old timers that are older than me. I just think it's funny that like to some people I'm really old, and then they just don't draw a distinction between me and someone who's twice my age. And I'm like, that's harsh, because to me they're really old, and I am not. But to someone half my age, they're just like both a blur of impossibly old to their imagination. Good grief. Welcome. Okay, so what do I do? On this channel, we're going to be mixing up a little bit more thoroughly some podcast, behind the scenes prep and content creation type stuff. Some of it will be like graphic arts stuff. For example, right now, we don't really have a cover / signage for when we're like over here. Like I've got the Almost Daily Zencast and like the intro, and I've got my self promo like link card, like come over here please and follow all my links. None of them are, you know, anything that you'll be like freaked out by, except for maybe some of my social media political commentary. But that should make me controversial and fun and like, you know, popular, trendy. Let's go viral with some of my hot takes on TikTok, so that people come and read my fun, interesting, exciting sci-fi action adventure fan fiction art book comic, you know, that's like trying to be some hybrid of, you know, an ebook, comic book, whatever, but I'm just sort of rough drafting it on Wattpad so I can pitch it to some corporate thing, and it can become something that I hire artists to help me actually build out. Because I want it to be like a video game that's a book, that's a movie, that's a video game that you can play on your you know, I want it to be all the different things. And it's impossible for me to do. Even if I already knew how to code, it would be a effing headache to try and make it happen. Do I like this scene? This scene's not really working for me for the vertical output, but it's okay. Dear TikTok viewers, if you're watching on TikTok, I may not be able to stream to you unless TikTok is magically available on in Streamlabs free, which it might be. That might be one of the things that's new, that's like, look at this, even when you're just using free, you can use it, because we're cool like that. That's entirely possible that they done did that. It might not be though. It might be something different. Let me balance the two extremes out here so that it looks dope. If it is, we will run through all our setups so that they're ready to survive the transition. But anyways, we'll find out soon enough. But please be advised that we will not be multi-streaming to as many of the multi-stream platforms. And if you want to follow along with all of our content creation projects, regardless of that, the center of that universe is solo.to/Mr. Zeppo. So please do come patronize it in that good way. Come be a patron of it. It's free to click on and visit all the things. And then you go to Wattpad and you want to make an account. Those are free to make. You can probably sign in with the credentials from your Facebook. So see you in the content creation project. One more thing I got to do, and then we're ready to launch the art sketch, lounge session. It's going to be very loungy, so no video games today. BRB. let's get started without further ado. Have we flipped this image yet? I don't remember now. Oh yes, these are all already flipped. Where is Sketchpad? We're gonna start with going to Sketchbook. Welcome to the show, folks. Whoever's watching, we're gonna be doing some cheeky fan fiction, fan art of different video games. It's gonna be a long journey overall over the next several weeks and months. But I think we will render a resulting bit of homage artwork that's like fake. It's a digital painting that I want us all to imagine as a real mixed media, classical canvas painted on a canvas painting. That's what I meant to say. That exists in the Zeppoverse book series. That's why we're doing them. So they're like a working technical MacGuffin, as we call it in the industry, of the book series that I'm writing. So these episodes may be very zen and silent mode, but I get as chatty as the chat gets. And then sometimes I ramble about story idea. Here we go. I'm experimenting with how often and how deep to lean into this. Maybe this is what gets me discovered and gets me a real audience instead of, I don't know, maybe people will watch this and be like, that's just dumb. You're just tracing screenshots. I want to trace screenshots and then do what is called in the multidisciplinary arts that include the theater, but also include like when I went to university and studied, we were like a unified multidisciplinary university of all the arts, and there's like I forget what I was trying to say, but there's a technical term for when you homage and also satire and sort of transform a directly quoted segment from some other work or body of art and then turn it into an artifact that exists within the world building of some other art form. And I forget what that technical term is. But it's in the family of pastiche and pastiching, which is also very similar when you like make a reference so overt to another script that you're just like literally like dropping in a chunk of that text as a abstract segmentation of a scene or scene work of that show that has nothing to do with everything else going on in the show. But also does. Somehow feeds or propels the momentum of the meaning of the script that it is being pasted into. But a lot of theater people aren't familiar with that. And there is a fine line. I don't think this would violate any terms of service anywhere, and I don't think what I'm trying to do will be seen as that evil, horrible word with a P that starts with a P. I'm gonna hide the chat in the horizontal output just so that it looks a little. What I should do is I should adjust, instead of hiding it, I should adjust the iPad Pro layout on horizontal only so that all fits nicely. Let's give it a little bit of a top-bottom frame. Not too much. Come on. Okay. Can I center top down? Not like that. On this side over here. Transform. Center vertical. There we go. And it didn't affect the other side. Boom! Lock that shit down! Now we shrink the chat a little bit. On just on the horizontal widgets. So that it fits all inside the black part, and then you can actually just like read it well. There you go, that's legible. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. We're going to sketch and tweak and process this screenshot from Elder Scrolls Online. And hey, here's the thing. I'm within the context of this process that I'm doing, and and I ask you to pin on the corkboard. Hold on, come over here. Where's my main cam? Where's my close-up? Chat, show, iPad. iPad Pro, main cam, solo. Boom. Mr. DeMille. Oh, that's awkward. The text is all over my face. And now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, within the context of what's happening here, pin on the corkboard, please. I take very seriously the term MacGuffin and my intent to how I'm going to use it. Like, I'm going to make this digital painting that I wish I could paint in reality the way a real person with an art studio and all the right paints and tools and the lifelong track record of having dabbled in painting, which I only sort of scratched the surface of and then didn't fully commit to. I have just enough background to say, like, I could show you a painting I made once, but that was like an embarrassing multiple decades ago that I made it. And I've always had this like love, and like if money were no object and I had more disposable hobby, like disposable money, like I can just burn through money to do whatever hobby I want. One of these rooms would be a straight up painting art studio with its own live streaming, and I'd be doing Bob Ross like stuff. But since I can't do that, I'm doing the next thing. This is to me like lip syncing. Okay, friends? Let's double check this scene. We'll leave that chat block right where it was before. There you go. I like this. This will look fine. Except we actually, you know what? Let's go back to this scene. No, let's check out what the art be right back vibe is looking like. Okay, that looks delightful, except I think we will move BRB to the top. This side over here. Come here, buddy. Oh, not too far. Come here. With a little bit of... Lovely. Lock that down. All right. Welcome, friends. All of this is interconnected, right? As an artist, as an author, I want to write about characters that are doing these things and have the time and the means by which to do them in ways that I can't. I want to write about a painter that is painting real paintings inspired by the imagery I'm referencing from video games because of his or their or her, whoever they turn out to be. I want to write a fictional character that's like that. Okay, we need to do something. We need to fix this scene. It's a little messed up. That looks fine right there, although maybe I'll shrink it down a little bit more. Oops, what the F is that? Alert box, you're all over the place. What the F is this? Alert box. I don't think we ever fixed this scene completely. Oh no. Transform, center on screen, please. And then this side is like, no. Let's transform. Fit the screen and scooch down and stretch back out. Still gotta fix the alert box, but since it decided for me that it wanted to change locations. Okay, now we need to move it up. Oh, move it up, move it up, move it up. There. Yeah. And then, oh, no. No, click this one. just on the horizontal. That's it. Lock that down. This reminds me of how we used to, that webcam is huge. It should shrink up that way and not impact the other webcam, but stay big. Oh, I should have just hit fit screen, but whatever. We did that. What is this? Emote wall. Get effing over there. Transform 90 degrees. And lockdown. Welcome to the show. It's a little bit of a working show. We're fixing the loadout. I'm going to great lengths to fix the vertical output only because I have a very strong suspicion that maybe, just maybe, on Streamlabs Pro free, Streamlabs regular free, Streamlabs free regular mode, you also get TikTok as a thing you can stream to besides and or in swapping in and out of your Twitch account. I know that I'll be able to switch and still stream to all the platforms that I like, that I have stream accounts with. So we'll be tinkering with that. Friends, stick with us. I don't want to lose all that audience. And I don't want to force everyone to migrate to one or the other because that feels creepy and wrong to begin with on so many levels. Because, you know, it also just seems unprofessional. But, and also, I do invite people to come to solo.to and choose what they want to do and how they want to engage with my content creation projects that exist on multiple levels and that I'm about to completely re-engineer, I think, is what's happening. I think I'm nurturing in a unconscious, intuitive way a complete, like, reimagining of my day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month schedule life cycle and like what it's going to be doing, how we're going to do it a little bit. So welcome to the journey. Thanks for being here. We'll fix the chat weird text. I gotta fix alert box first over here on this side. But I will be returning eventually. Presumably I will, you know, stockpile some petty cash, as the industry might put it, as accounting terms might put it, industry accounting terms might actually would say, you know, let's put in some petty cash aside for future use, and then I'll be able to be like, good, boom, Streamlabs Pro for a year, because you can't just pay for a year's worth. That would be dope. If anyone wants to help me with that, that would also be dope. Going to wait, where's the chat box? Webcam, I'm gonna lock you down. Chat box, I'm gonna unlock you. And we're gonna grab just the one on this side. We're gonna bring it on down to center. Lock that down. Boop. Move it down under the iPad Pro, which is what we need to do in all the scenes. Even if it does that on there. Oh, it's too bad we can't do different options for either the vertical and horizontal output, but that would require a completely overhaul of the layout of the main interface, not the... apparently I grabbed it, which I didn't mean to do. Might be able to nail this placement. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's try and grab this one. Of course, that all gets resolved if I shrink it down to counterbalance instead of, there we go. We'll do this. We'll do it like that. It's still bigger than the frame, which is what I'm working against counterintuitively. There's a wonky frame there that like would make the iPad really tiny, and I don't get why. I'm like, that makes it hard to see. Anyways, welcome to the show. We're working through our scenes, making sure that they function, and also trying to alert our viewers that I'm going to be minimizing my Streamlabs to Streamlabs free, which will impact particularly people who are watching chat box. If I make, you know what? We'll just make that not visible for now, and then we'll read it as necessary because I want it to look like this. And the iPad is right behind me. Let's leave it out. Let's leave it like that. Okay. Welcome. So let's focus what we're actually gonna get going. We're gonna go a little Bob Ross on ourselves for this show. We've been playing a lot of video games. You may or may not remember that I do indeed love Elder Scrolls Online. You may or may not realize that that is a screenshot from Elder Scrolls Online. It's loading screen. It's iconic. I've also already mirror flipped it, so it is counterintuitively not what you normally see when you see it. And people who play Elder Scrolls Online see this image repeatedly. Everyone who loves this game will recognize the end result that we create after we dabble with sketching and processing it through various different apps that will change the way it looks dramatically. And maybe even adding other characters and whatnot. Like, I might want to... Ooh! Bingo! Bango! Bongo! No, maybe not, though. Maybe the very, very, very first thing we want to do is just keep the actual... Okay, so part of this is meta, in as much as that I want to create multiple paintings. I want to create... I wish I could draw and hand sketch, hand draw, hand paint the way I know other creators out there are doing and would do and can do. And huzzah, and they're amazing, and there's no reason, I'm not trying to detract from them. But I can't. But I have a vision that must be satisfied, friends. And I have a fan fiction book series that requires me to have a quirky character that prolifically paints an impossible number of paintings. And I want to be able to have my own proprietary image that I was like, yes, this is derivative of that IP's imagery, but it's also, I think, authentically a new image product based on how I've remixed it and redrawn it and reimagined it as fan art, right? Under the banner of fan art and under the protection of fan art. For the part of being literally a fictional item that would be this end result will be a digital image that will resemble a painting. And what I would love to have is an actual painting someday. Not a print, not just a print. I would love to go send this off to print this through one of the many services that might print it as a full-size framed pretend piece of artwork. Based on my digital file. And even if that looked kind of bad because I would print it pretty big, I would love it, right? And I might hook up with a drop shipment shop for people who want to print that as poster art for their walls, whatever my end result is. And for those curious who've never seen it, what might the end result look like? Guess what? We've tinkered and we can take a look. So let's go live screen pro, raw feed so that I can fill the screen with it. Why did I put... Oh, because chat box is down here, right? Yeah. Yes, and I wanted it to be full and visible. Okay, so yeah, if that looks a little weird, please stand by. I can also create a version of that that's of the iPad is completely zoomed out. But we have some examples. These are the screenshots that I've taken from ESO recently that I know would be instantly iconic and recognizable. And so I hope will work as whatever they might look like in the end result, as fan fiction art that then can be, someone might donate me some or pay some money on a dropship vendor to have reprinted on a t-shirt or reprinted on a whatever the vendor has, right? As pretend fan fiction art, including like a poster print. I would love for this to be a poster print. Even a poster print where there's a fake, real, like hand-carved frame around the painting, but it's just a poster print. I would totally make that happen. And we're going to make all kinds of fun variations. I would also love to be able to hire a real multimedia painter, sculptor, artist to make crazy, fun, painty, sculpty things that are like, part 3D printed. The dragon is coming out of the canvas, part real canvas painting, part, other, with glitter and stuff, make it magical. But I don't have the money to hire them yet. Somebody find me, what were they called in the golden era of art? Find me a life patron to help me produce all this. I guess one could consider this like a funder producer, a patron producer. Anyways, here's to show off. Here's one of the examples of what I did. This is my hand traced digital sketch of the love interest character from from Assassin's Creed Unity, which I am totally in love with, that whole Assassin's Creed thing. Where is our fine art gallery? Oh, here we go. Examples of some of the renderings we've created that I think I'll eventually be A, using in the book series, and B, posting in the art galleries like in Behance, but also maybe trying to publish as like NFTs. This is a painting, a pseudo painting, which I might go over and trace in another app to give some more painted details using brush strokes of my own, like I'm painting this kind of things. So this may not be done. This may be still in process. I'm debating that. This is all a very experimental procedure, but here's an example of something I went, okay, there's some work done so that it's no longer the original image in any way, shape, or form, because it's based on that sketch that I showed you that I then asked AI to render something, which I then took and then re-rendered in a whole different way using a completely different app. This is a paint canning of that sketch with its color base, its original color base underneath. This is a draft mode of that because I want to create like an art series where the artist sort of was, is always tinkering and will leave half-finished character ideas laying aside, but then render the same and or very similar character in a completely finished version somewhere else. This is I may rework this also, but this is a fake digital painting that I would be like, hey, real painting artist, if I had someone that was like, I've seen their work, I've seen their body of work, I've seen their videos, I know that they would want to collaborate, like, dude, or lady, whatever the correct addressing label would be, that would be chill and awesome and groovy. Dude, like, here's my concept. Can you recreate this using some of these exact brushstrokes, but also making it totally your own? Here's the original inspirational screen capture. Like, make a hybrid that is as much, making it clearly look like it's this. It's got to look like it is this, but it's living there in real multimedia, whatever you want. Acrylics, oils, something so that it's got dimensionality and grit and texture and chunkiness. And it can be all kinds of different things. You can have bits of fabric and metal worked in, but it's got to look like, high art painting that would ultimately be considered a painting, not a sculpture, etc. Here's one that's sort of a really early experiment, so not complete to be considered a draft, although I did give it my official digital signature. If it doesn't have this, it's not official. Like, this technically doesn't have that. I still need to go through This has the backup digital signature that, like, yes, like, this proves that I was, this was part of the process that I'm illuminating here for you and exemplifying here for you. This one's one that I considered like 99% complete done. It was an early stab at all of this as an experiment from a screenshot where I didn't do certain steps that are now considered default and required moving forward, including the blue line, which is going to evolve to a blue line plus actual pencil, regular graphite pencil, virtual graphite pencil line sketch slash rendering with shading and texturizing and everything. All of which will get overlaid and sort of blended with the original Mirrorverse screenshot to then be paint canned, as I call it. Paint can, for those of you wondering what. So this is Sketchbook, where I like the blue line and its texture and how well it does it and how it works with scaling for when I zoom in on stuff to, like, I can get pretty decent detail and also invent my own as I'm doing this sketch over this screenshot, right? And let me show you, let me tour you some of the other apps that are involved. I'm going to be experimenting with running images through Vectornator, what was used to call Vectornator, now it's called VectorQ. They've gone through some updates and changes. These are some old files that have been have survived being imported into Vector, the newest updated version. Some of these I've already used, like this one is a MacGuffin and a use and a thing that I use and that I want to completely recreate in my own hand if I can get my hands on a pretty decent ink quill and practice some sort of version of learning how to do that in real life, which would be its own little live stream project over there on my art table, which currently I don't have great coverage for. It'll probably be pre-recorded and then rebroadcast sort of stuff. That would work really well. And then I don't have to worry about how do I move or reorganize my basic live streaming setup. But I digress. It says, for those of you who are maybe not sure, and I know that it's not super legible, but this is the best Vectornator vectorization of that. It's a screenshot of a real photograph of the text that is handwritten on some scroll or another, but as a reprint in a book from a library that says, and I swear to you, I believe this all to be true, Dramatis Personae. And that last one, which is impossible to read, is the conjoined, I forget what it's called, but like a diphthong vowel of A backwards E combined. I've got that screenshot somewhere in my completely disorganized collection of screenshots. This, for example, is a vectorization of a original, authentic, I doodled this, wasn't retracing someone else's work. I doodled this face and then was tinkering with vectorization of it. And I'm less than super excited about the results, although this is usable. I would like to take this. Actually, one of the things I want to do is take this. This is a sketch I made on paper, photographed, and I have the photographs, the original photographs. I believe the original photograph of this sketch, of this hand sketch, and it's one of its like digital re-renderings or digital re-rendering is up on an NFT gallery somewhere. I need to reorganize and rework that. But I would love to re-sketch this in the other save to photos. Boop. This is a vectorization of me, of a photograph of me, and I'm wearing in the real world the, oops, I hate when I accidentally do that. I'm wearing a Chrome Dome mask, which is pivotal, central to the encouragement of Mr. Zeppo as a character. These I might reuse. I might reuse this and paint can it. This might be interesting paint canned. Especially if I sketch it by blue line it first and color line it. So I'm revisiting this. I decided to do this because I knew there were like projects here that I'd messed with and tinkered with and had left alone. For example, this is a vectorization 1, untitled 2. This is a vectorization of a hand-drawn sketch that I photographed and then imported the photograph here into this app. I love that sketch, that hand-drawn sketch. This is another vectorization. These two are vectorizations of hand-drawn sketches that I made on pieces of paper and photographed. So anyways, oh, this is probably the best or the betterest ones. This is a photograph of the literal corner of an edge of piece of paper sitting on top of other sketches of mine on my desk so you can see. And I just vectorized that photograph. And it's pretty cool. So I want to use this as like a illustrated novel comic panel in my book series. You know what I'm saying? And I think I probably have a save of this, but just in case I don't. Like this came out pretty cool, but I also just have the original photograph, which I want to actually draw, but then I want to that original sketch is pretty goofy. I miss those days of making those sketches. This I thought I should take this and then take it into the AI thing and have it render a character based on this sketch, which is a vectorization of a photograph of a real sketch. So we're going to do that. But anyways, boom. We're mixing and matching different things. Some of these apps I've not used in forever and may need to like log in / may not work anymore. ZenBrush 2 and 3 are my favorites for actual, original, authentic, just straight. ZenBrush 3. I've got ZenBrush 3. Thank you. Like I've doodled original things and I've doodled little like components of things and then stitched those components together in other. Is there a gallery? Isn't there a gallery? No, that's paper. File, load, save, photo, library, export. Export to ZenBrush 3. No. Where isn't there's got to be a way to? Is this my? No, that's just deleting. But this is a beautiful tool, by the way, which I thoroughly recommend. And I just wanted to bring it up and feature it because, like, I will be probably jumping to it to do something silly like make a brush stroke that I can't get right in some other app and then go, I'm going to go over here and make this eyebrow, this is eyebrow right here. You know, like, because it's going to look perfect the way I want it to. And then I'm going to export that. I'm just making a hypothetical. If this were a nose, it would look something like that. I don't know. That's terrible. Undo that. I'm just showing this off. Boop. I could have sworn there was a gallery mode, full screen, split view, slide over, close. But I guess there isn't. PaintCan is the app where I've done this work. As does it hide? Peek. This is the file I imported without the PaintCan paint work above it. And then this is the rendering. This is the PaintCan paint strokes that it did. And then if I hide, I'm not sure what I'm hiding. But anyways, that's what I saved. If we go to start, we can see a previous gallery of places where I've dabbled with trying to tinker with this. I've tried some portraits of myself. I don't like the way they turn out. I've tried other ones. Like this is a stock photo one. This this face that I have 3 or 4 of them in a row of this African American woman. This other one is a stock photo that I snagged from one of my stock photo services. And then, you know, I've got a couple friends that gave me permission to use old photos of theirs from their social media. They're like, yeah, this is already a public photo of me. You can use it. And they're actual real life friends of mine or acquaintances of mine that I've done some you know, but that was years ago actually that we did that. This one is a paint canning of my own sketch that I'd already processed with some other app. This is a snapshot of that one from Assassin's Creed Mirage. This is the snapshot series of saves I did for this for that one we were just looking at. That is obviously the loading screen, the press A to begin loading screen, at least on Xbox, for Black Ops 3, which should be really iconic. And again, all of this what I'm trying to do as a project is to render digital art files that I can use in my book series to represent what is supposed to be, in their real life world, an actual, tangible, made by an actual artist painting / sculpture. You know, a multimedia sculpture painting. I don't know if there's a better name that's the real art industry like terminology for it. I guess I should know. I've gone in my lifetime to plenty enough actual serious hoity-toity art museums that I should know better. But because I can't really make those, not with the accuracy of depicting what is in the image, I'm going to sort of pseudo-fake them using a collection of different, you know, including some AI, which may or may not appeal to people. The end result, though, I hope, grabs attention and, you know, and accolades and even some investment as I try to then license to reprint them on drop shipment. I just haven't decided on which drop shipment service. Anyone's got solid real life recommendations that are not smarmy sales approaches, please let me know. I'm gonna have to do a whole episode of like finding the right thing to print these. But from that gallery I was just showing you, not this, those are not end results, those are all just tinkery experiments. From the end result gallery, which even this one, which is one I think currently my most interesting and most iconic, even this one I feel like shouldn't be considered done because I screwed up and didn't really do all of the experimental steps that I wanted to do. So I don't know, but also I could be considered just an early, and it could be considered like a draft painting. This character that I'm making makes multiple instances, so I'm just gonna let it be, right? I'm not getting rid of it. I'm not hiding it. I'm not unpublishing it or anything. I'm not gonna delete this image. And we're just going to give it a different title. That's a whole nother issue. Like, I got to go through and, like, add titling information to these things. But this is the almost final draft sorting folder. From here, we're going to sort out some real final drafts after we've been doing it for a while in terms of, like, running this experimental process. So we're back to sketches. We're going to actually get to it. I got to check in with my body. Should I stop and eat something? No, I think we're fine. Should I stop and ingest some of this magic potion that I'm holding? Absolutely. None of your business. It's part of the world building. That was a fictional line. By the way, please be advised, friends. Please be alerted. I am on this live stream at all times, whether it's video game content, whether it's my podcast, crossover instances when I do that, when I do like a bit of a crossover with my Sprecher.com podcast series, or whether we're doing this art. I am cosplaying and like playwright, improvisation, writing, dialogue as the fictional character, the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo, whose views and opinions are, for lack of a better term, fictional yet inspired by reality. Okay? Pin on the corkboard. You've been advised. Eclipse, clip that. Let us proceed with some fan fiction art, homage, content creation, experimentation. And let's put, there you go, magic number 333. I also should, because I've not done so yet, do a quick audio comms check. Make sure the world is sounding okay. DJ Zed, you sound amazing at this level. Not overwhelming, but also like I can get that that it would sound better really loud. Now for the mic check. Comms check. Mic check. Check. What if I'm just mumbling to myself? I can hear it. Testing. All right, friends, we're good. I'm gonna leave it like this, I guess, in case any problems develop. But I'm not gonna wear those headsets while we do it. Hell no. It's gonna sit way over there. And I'm gonna turn the volume way down so it's not creating any weird feedback anywhere. Greetings, friends. I'm settling in to what's gonna probably be a long and very zenned out sketch doodle session where I'm gonna like trace out and also experiment with tinkering my own version of this. Like, I already know I want to import my black hole sun sketch and put it in the distance. But I don't know which one. I'm thinking about it. Actually, let's do that now before we even start doodling, right? Let's add a layer. Let's put on my glasses. I'm also relearning how this, that's just more layers, how this app works. Import from files, baby. Let's go. Sketch updated. Save to gallery. Sketchbook. 2 items. What am I opening or am I closing? Cancel. Whatever that is, closing. Cancel this. Let's go to gallery. We're here. We've saved the things. We want to import from gallery. Not this though. We want to import on my iPad? No. How come I can't see? Huh. Very odd. This is nonsense. Let's edit this. Edit sidebar. There's got to be missing things. On my iCloud Drive, Adobe Acrobat Drive 1. Downloads. Downloads works if it helps a little bit, but why isn't it way up here? I don't know. Why don't we have gallery? Why can't I import from gallery? It should be under standard, like, universal locations, either in the top 3 or in under locations. It should say, like, it should have access to this gallery, the photos gallery. WTF, yo. How have I imported shit into this sketchbook? Have I sent it to? That doesn't make any sense. I am confused. I'm very confused. Shared. No. On my iPad. Transfer Depot, Art Studio, Video Projects, Figure Drawing Studio, Studies. Source vector files, landscapes, repurposing department. I have to add I guess I have to add art models, figures, friends as models. Repurposing department, landscapes, image trace. Screenshot file dump. Okay. We need to create a folder in our art studio where we move things from the photo gallery into so that it can be uploaded here. We'll do that later. No, or should we do that now? I don't know. We're going to put on a little music. I'm going to sip a little coffee. I'm going to welcome viewers from around the world, whether you're dropping in live, as you may or may not be doing over here, like on TikTok. Chapo FYM joined recently. Hello. We got a total of 3 viewers. We're tinkering and tinkering. Forgive me if it's rough and tumble around the edges. I am literally inventing a new art, fan fiction, creation, extrapolation workflow for myself based on tools that I've been tinkering and experimenting with, but have never actually put, to test this bigger idea to use yet. So, welcome. It'll be rough and tumble until I get really into it. And it'll be really boring if you don't like watching people draw stuff. So, if you hate that, why are you here? It's a whole nother question, right? The question becomes, how do I want to start? I'm going to start by sketching the horizon. And we can make it... Where do I edit the size again? Aha. 2.2, let's make it 3.3. So it's chunkier than 2.2. We're just gonna get in here and start tracing the edge of the... Now the question is, I know there's a difference between the rock and the trees. Do we care? Oh, I said I was going to start using multiple colors. Well, it's all blue line and then we're going to do multiple colors. See how I'm tweaking things and changing? Also, we're gonna do this rough and ready. We're gonna go all blue line. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add a bunch of dead trees to this tree line, and that's what those spikes are gonna represent later. We'll embellish. Okay. Hyper squish the it's really like slapdash, but to define that part of the world. Real quick. Do. I want this to like make sense visually, you know? Okay, are we maintaining this second side? I think so. I think we should. I like that. We can maybe get in there with a finer edge later. Give it a little bit more. All right, we're actually getting going. I'm feeling the sketch vibe. Like my hands are like, yes, we got a new project. Let's go. How detailed do you want? My fingers are asking. My artsy brain, my fingers, my crafty hands and artsy brain love doing this sort of thing. both digitally and like if I had a better like I used to have this massive light thing, this light box. It was a big box that was just really bright, and it was for hanging up signage, you know, to like in an industrial lighty box kind of way. But I could also like super trace even thick, hard to see through like newspaper and or magazine stuff. But it was big and clunky, and eventually got sold at a garage sale without my explicit permission. But everyone sort of figured I like they didn't know what I wanted it for, and I had not put up any. And the family was like, "Here, let's clear out this." We were all moving when I was young. Okay. So we have the basic background bits. There's probably a bit of, we should do a little bit of this sort of detail work. Just enough to hint at it. Okay. Okay. And just because it is blue. Goofy and good times. Is this also a river? I find that hard to believe. That's a hard to believe river. Waterfall situation. Ah, why did it turn into eraser mode? Get out of here with eraser mode, you crazy. Okay. Okay. As a sort of like, here we go. That's how we delineate that it's water. the same thing here. But also there's all this splashing going on, so we're gonna leave that splashing to be explored. Okay. We'll get into drawing the detail of the island and the castle and all that in a hot minute. Maybe in a separate installment. Because this is, by the way, folks, totally exhausting. Like, my hand cramps up. I sound like an old timer. So let's take a quick look at what we've actually done, just for the sake of entertainment. And we did it right. We did it in its own separate panel, or layer, right? Come here. How do I move this little guy so it's out of the way? Boop. There you go. So that doesn't look like a whole heck of a lot of anything just yet. But the beginning of the process is to actually get a full blue line sketch of the central figure and the castle and the stuff that has, you know, a sketch, line sketch feeling that's authentic to it. And to then experiment with different ways to utilize that line sketch and to render out, either by asking AI to reinterpret it as either a similar black and white or, you know, black and white ink sketch drawing and stuff, and get more specific. We were just really open-endedly experimenting with other stuff. I think with this one, I will sort of ask it to then take my line art sketch and go, can you turn this into something that looks like an ink and parchment, you know, shading, hash mark sketch drawing. And it will. And then what I'll do is take that back and go, okay, put it back in here and re-sketch it for myself using my own choices for texture or for pens. And as you can see, there's options here in this app and in the other ones that I could use for the same or, you know, equivalent stages of the process. Like, for example, one of the things I want to do is put my own character's face here. I've yet to figure out exactly when and or how I'll do that and which character I'm going to put in, but this is Elder Scrolls, so I want it to be correct. I want it to be Elder Scrolls character. I think, actually, let me see something. Let's save this. Save to gallery. Good. We made some progress, a little bit of progress. How many other? This one I need to redo because I did all that drawing on the wrong layer. I did all that drawing directly on the photo, which is absolutely incorrect and silly and wrong of me. This one's going to be fun. I'm going to do a blue line and then like a graphite pencil sketch of it. And I love faces. I have a whole series that I want to call it just Faces I've Loved. From screenshots and photographs of friends and celebrities. I just want to do like my own weird hand sketchy take on you know, faces I find artistically delightful, to put it in its correct framework so people don't get the wrong idea. Okay, what was I looking for? was going to go look for something to see if I can import it in now that I've figured out the way I think I have to do it. And it's not just the Black Hole Sun. Oh, we got to see Black Hole Sun. Yes. Let's see, albums. Here we go. I want to put in, but where's the original sketch of that? And or should we use a crazy, not the original sketch of that? Should we use one of these? Like, that's one awesome, except that it gets cut off. That one's really dope looking. But it's got that extra thing. Oh, here we go. I want to use one of these. These are AI reinterpretations of an image that I hand drew, and there's a bazillion of them, as you can see. I love them. I could never have created all these, and I'm gonna take all of these. I want to take and like re-render in somewhat other ways, resketch to make the hand sketch version of them. But also to like I'm gonna like, I want to pick and choose and isolate and stick them in places like I'm doing right now. I want to pick from some of the ones that are like on parchment so that it's an easier, and so that it's not too crazy. This one. It looks, look how the AI rendered it with pencils. I love this one. This I want this to be a photograph that is a MacGuffin in the book series. And I also literally want to re-render it as a drawing. As a black and white drawing. And then as a color drawing. So that it looks even more like I drew the pencils and the thing. But it's hilarious. I want to steal one of these as like the black hole sun that is in that image. Ooh, this one's great. I love what the AI did here. It's really crazy. I didn't have to do it, but it rendered a page and other pages behind it. This one made a weird border. I love all of these way too much. I don't know which one I want to use. That one's really great. And it's something that I want to sketch. So I want to make it not too crazy complicated. That one's too much. Oh, that one's awesome. So is that one. Oh, that's beautiful. And it has its own like interesting clouds. Oh, I'm torn. I don't know which one to use. That one's pretty great and would be a clean extraction. So with these. Do you see what I'm doing? Like it becomes fan fiction because like I'm gonna add elements to it that are not from the screenshot, including this black hole sun concept, which is an icon, ooh, that one's dope because it also really looks like my original drawing, but also not. I'm gonna choose one of these. I'm gonna choose one of these. This one or this one. I think this one is the most perfect. Okay, so we're gonna duplicate this. Wait, cancel. Real quick, I want to duplicate it. I'm gonna edit this and crop it. Do a square. And rotate it that way. Done. Okay. Now I'm going to put it in this top folder so that it's easy to find. We'll put it in here. Because I'm going to put it in all of them. The same one I'm going to but I got to process it first. I'm not completely done yet. Next blue line ESO. Okay. I'm going to go to Photoshop. Thank you for being here, friends. Let's try to make it a little less boring and slap in some music. The music, by the way, All the music that we listen to here on the stream is indeed... Why is that the full effing image? Wait, hold on. Whatever. Okay, fine. Select subject. Let's see if it'll do it right. Yes! Invert. And erase. Okay. So never mind this one. We should now be able to just add this one. All right. But more importantly, this is a transparency, which we can edit and crop so that it's a better square and not such a thing. Keep the transparencies. Make it nice and simple to use. Done. Okay. Let's see if we can import it now. Import from files. Oh, we need to move that still to sketchbook. Image set. Images. Sample, sunsets, pigments. Okay, we're gonna move into images. That's where we want to import from for this. Let's go back over here to gallery. Album. Okay. Save to files. Boo! On my iPad. Sketchbook. Image set. Images. Wow. And that's what we need to do to import images conveniently. Importing to from there. Import from file. Image set. Images. Boom. What the F? Why did it import as its new thing? Save gallery. That's great, but it didn't import it into here. I want to import it into here. First of all, let's move this layer up a couple layers. Let's go into this layer. Duplicate copy. How do I import? Oh, here we go. Import image. Different button set. As we can see, it's transparency. Awesome. Now we can edit it. Done. Dun, 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 dun. Boom. Oh wait, why? Where is the transparency? Why isn't it a transparency? Okay. Well, we'll have to deal with that. Merge all. Adjust color opacity. Just opacifies itself. Well, I guess it doesn't save in I didn't save it correctly. It doesn't really matter because what I want to do is edit it and place it. How do I edit it? No, I'm drawing. Go. Oh, I can transform this now. No! Undo that. No! How do I undo shit? Although that's kind of hilarious. That's kind of interesting. Nudge. I'm gonna rotate. How do I rotate? More. That's the direction I want. It's gonna float way off in the distance. Done. Okay. Now, this layer should actually be down here, just on top of that. And it's the kind of thing that we will figure out how to adjust the sketching as we do it. It should be locked. This should be locked. Boom! Artsy fartsy time! We're gonna add that, and then the other thing we're gonna do is figure out if I've got a picture of one of my characters from ESO, which I think I do, somewhere in my iPad here, and we're going to drag in its head to put it in place of this knighted armor guy so that it's one of my characters. Not that anyone would recognize it, but it would alter the image. Well, hello, we got a little boilerplate. Spammer of solicitation. You are getting banned. Fake profile. Let me pick a longer track. No. Cancel. Done. Name, kind, date, size. Part of me needs to take a break. Part of me wants to totally just tackle this new sketch. Part of me wants to fix why didn't it import as transparency? That's a whole nother issue. Why didn't it import as a transparency? Clear, merge, all delete, block layer, HSL doesn't. No, just cancel. If I erase everything else, I'm not erase everything else, hide everything else, and go to here and erase things. Can I erase this? Ooh. Yes. So, if I keep it locked, and then I decide to erase this. Okay, cool. This will at least get us to a resolution instead of worrying about being mad about the other thing. And it might actually even kind of look interesting and cool and funny that way. And also we're just learning, right? Learning new things. Maybe we'll give it that edge, that weird. I kind of love the idea now that I'm thinking. Make this a part of the drawing. Like, I tore this piece of paper out and I stuck it on here, and then I drew. Oops. Move. So that it's further in and we can actually get. No. I don't want to let this go. Let's finish erasing these things. Okay, there it is. The black hole sun. Let's get in here. More nuance for that. So that it doesn't crack the eye. Complete. Done did it. Oh yeah, I need to clean my screen if we're gonna be doing drawing things. Forgot to do that. All right, friends, almost there. Then we're gonna take a short station break so that I may ingest sustenance with some vague nutritional value. Okay, we're done. Nope, that feels good. Get unnecessarily huge. Okay, I love it. I love it. Move it. It's obviously breaking it like that. Done. Change nothing else. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, so then we're gonna trace that, which means we need to go through and erase the stuff that goes through there. This is its final location, so good to go. And we're gonna sketch this crazy object in to the whole thing. And it'll also be here as part of the image. One of the things that I don't know if I've made clear is I'm gonna pencil sketch all of this so that I can like have an independent thing from the collective that is like, you know, just the pencil sketch rendering of it. But my goal is ultimately to like keep all these layers together visibly, and render something through that final, well, paint canning plus any touching up through another app. Okay. The pencil. Let's do this real quick, and then we'll call the break. I need to take a tiny break, but I am gonna outline, rough outline this black hole sun, which is a, as I was saying before, is a storytelling element, a world building element from my own Zeppoverse book series. It's got nothing to do with anything going on in Elder Scrolls Online that I'm aware of indirectly. Although there is probably some odds that design-wise it might invoke or remind people of something that does exist in the game. I can't control that. But for my purposes, for my artistic intent and vision, what's happening right here is I'm referencing the Zeppoverse Black Hole Sun entity structure thing. It is both an entity and a structure. And it is both a location and a character, right? Okay. Like it is a persona and a locality. Doing this on the right layer, yeah? Yeah. This is the master, like, everything sketch, blue line sketch layer. We are then gonna add, I think, if it doesn't look too crazy, in the style of like a traditional sketch process, we're gonna add like a definitive, like this is the final look pencil sketch with a really fine point that sort of overlaps and encapsulates everything that is the blue line. And we will then also whoa, undo whatever that was. Oh my. Ooh. That's what changed. Undo that. What was this original blue? This? So yeah, we're here just trying to slap some shapes together, and then we'll kind of imagine it a little bit. Right, there's like squiggly lines, so I'm not completely retracing them. There's so much weird texture to this image. I love what it did when it rendered it. It's watercolor, which is, I can't recreate with pencil. So what I'm going to do is kind of leave most of that alone, you know. Let's see what the sketch now kind of looks like. Not exactly the same as that, but we're getting there. I think I'll draw the character without the banner. I don't want to bother. I just want the character there. And maybe even without the sword, just the character. And then I'll hopefully be able to replace that character's head with... Save to gallery. Bump. Let's go look. Hunting we will go. I could ironically put a different character's head in there, like not my character's head, no, not the ESO characters. I could like pull up either I could pull up like a random battle royale operator. I could put this head and shoulders on there. You know what I mean? I got not this. There's another one. Where's? I could, in theory, put that helmet on and make it Mr. Zeppo. Make it, you know. I'll have to do is like snag a copy of one of these images and then sort of trim it down so that it fits. Oh, here we go. Here's an original character. This is a photograph of a pencil and charcoal sketch. That is a real original. I didn't copy anything else. I just drew that and then photographed it. And you can see I used a lot of smudgy techniques for the shading and the texturing and the edging. And like the heart is literally like my thumbprint. Two thumbprints sideways overlapping. I love this picture. I love this image. It's actually hanging up in my room. In this studio right here. That came out of nowhere. I don't know why there aren't more. I guess that's like the update portal. That's the I'm gonna send this up. I should keep this up here. Closer to the top. Let's put it with AI original sketch. We'll put it right here. Let's blue so sketch next. Done. Ken Kachib would go run that through it. Ken Kachib would run a bunch of characters through my AI. Do I have a... Do I have something else ready to go? No. Not for AI. Too many ideas that I want to do. Like I want to sketch this. I really want to take this and do the same thing. Do a blue line and or maybe I'll go directly to a color support line drawing sketch. Like her hair is red and black, her dress is gold and black, he's brown and black. But the blue line I also kind of want to make as like signature to the way that I'm doing this art. I really love the way this other one turned out. Where is, I think we just go to library. Oh no, there's a bunch of new screenshots here and things that I've downloaded. Hey, this was rendered from an actual physical blue line sketch, which is, where the F are those? Are they really down the list? Digital variants, 90 day. Here's all doodles from the 90-day challenge. These are not all the doodles. I did way more than this. And these are all the best ones, maybe? Here's this guy. Here's that face in the original sketch from which I pulled him from. It was supposed to be like Earth. Well, look what it says. All the world's a stage. Also managed to spill coffee on it at some point. I don't remember when, but I totally embarrassingly spilled coffee. But it's supposed to be Mother Earth, Gaia, and like the Earth's like shamed ego. And like the moon, which is also the mother, and the stage that we've created on the theaters, in the theater of the imagination of the globe. Here's a random abstract landscape that I made that I really love. That's a hand-drawn pencil and I think a little bit of charcoal sketch. Here's a little robot I did. Here's a little dumb thing. There's a little dragon. That was terrible. This is one where I've like used that circle. I've cropped out that circle digitally and then used it to render new circles. This guy was supposed to be like a stop sign robot. I don't know what that is. It's like a random sketch study. It's an eyeball, a dragon. This is the little doodle that we've gotten the thing that we've inserted, the AI rendering that we inserted and created and overlaid into the image that we're gonna do a sketch for. This is the original. This is what I was looking for. I completely forgot I was looking for it. Dun dun dun. So you can see it's like missing so many of the details that the AI added to it. But it also wouldn't exist. It wouldn't have made what it made if I hadn't sketched that first. And I love this thing. And I've made several variants. Oh look, there's a character study of that same face that I think I did freehand. I like freehand went, oh, I'm trying to scratch the screen to get rid of a little bit of fleck of something. And this is a prototype Mr. Zeppo signature that I tried to. I should make one of these into an actual, like, paint can signature. Maybe I'll clip that one. There's an eyebrow. It's a different photo of the same thing. Daily doodle sketch practice. I just made myself do that one day. Like, just gonna make a little goofy face. It's supposed to be like the cover to the Almost Daily Doodle. One day I'm just gonna do a bunch of eyes and then stop. This is a cute little like driving off into the sunset sketch that I think is sort of kind of complete. I also want to re-sketch it digitally. I might upload that. This is a random landscape of a fortification tunnel thing, juncture, like basically it would be like a border point but up on the side of a hill, and like a hidden mountain as a location. Everybody lives under the black hole sun. This is supposed to be a giant tower with a bizarrely intense balcony that ends in a cliff dive. This is the inside of someone's house that's gone crazy abstract because they're tripping on shrooms. This is a commuter train thing that from far away looks like a weird space alien that scares kids, or that kids make mythos about. But it's just like a commuter car thing that's maglev and floating in the sky, and that some kid drew. This is like a drawing that Mr. Zeppo did as a kid in his robot world. Me practicing landscapey bits. Me practicing a spaceship flying too close to the black hole sun. I don't know why I put my signature inside of that. A stage defined by liminal curvature. Oh yeah. Like I want to render a room where this is the the the, the amphitheater limit. What's it called? There's a name for the. Oh man, my brain is just losing all the cool vocabulary that I used to use. There's a name in the industry, and I know because I studied and worked in it for many a decades, for the defining like thing that you put up, whether it's a curtain or a piece of fake architecture or just plain black banners. It's the portal, it's the thing, but there's another technical name for it. I can't remember what it is. But in this case, mine would be like these curves that create a weird upward shape, and a natural spotlight in a small stage, so that they can all disappear and be replaced by others. I don't remember what this was about, but I doodled this. I think I doodled these circles freehand, and I guess that was the point. They were pretty darn decent circles for freehanding them. Those are not freehanded circles, but I was playing with texture and the smudging of the charcoal. This is supposed to be a little floating book robot character, like a librarian sort of figure. This is supposed to be like the profile of an abstracted sort of uh, like mythological character that is like it's sort of like a character class of ghosts that they have very non-defined being in space-time. This is the cover to the 30 days, the original 30-day sketch challenge that I was going to try to sketch a lot in 30 days. The encouragement was Giuseppe teaches himself to sketch. This is the cosmic dingus at the center of the universe that I rendered, that I want to render in 3D actually. And in the center of that circle, in the center of this, I want to put like the black hole sun in an infinity cascade of black hole suns. But I could never draw that, right? But I can now make this really large and then in that space do that Photoshop trick. Here's a photo of the setup. Boom. Welcome to a little end of episode nostalgic. What were we looking for? Oh, we were looking for a picture of character from the video game, and instead we found that stuff. There are some things that I want to vector and or redraw and or resketch or do something with, re-render, ask the AI to re-render and just play with, but that I've just forgotten about. Those are some weird digital backdrop. Oh, I was gonna do a whole like cardboard cutout puppet animation thing. These are original doodles that I did with that ZenBrush app that I was showing you. That's just a straight like I want to make a heart, and I took one brush stroke, and it came out like I can't believe I made that. Like I've never made something so like linearly, like it's just so artistically pleasing and is perfectly the iconic shape it's supposed to represent and is like my line. Like it can represent me. And I literally did this thing where I think I still have that somewhere in the gallery for the original version of the app or the color version. I forget which one. Or if they've been lost. But that's the original save file. I think I saved other versions. But this is like the I did similar weird things, but with blotchy circles that were supposed to be. Those are the beginnings of. This is before I ever did Black Hole Sun. I don't remember what that's supposed to be, but it looks offensive. And I don't want to open it. This is some vector art that I did. These are some clouds that I photographed that I want to vectorize and or abstract somehow and or trace somewhere. What are we looking for? Oh, I don't think I have a folder of that character. Oh, yes, I do. I totally somewhere in here have. a... Oh, I was thinking, oh, I could humorously put not my ESO character, but instead, like... I wouldn't put that COD character, although I guess we could. That would be one funny character to put in. Here we go. I have to go find her, but I could put her. I could put in Motoko from Call of Duty Mobile, who is my all-time favoriteest pilot operator in any Call of Duty universe that I wish I could bring in to Call of Duty. I could also put in, he's like my brand character from, you know, in terms of like representing Call of Duty. So I kind of was thinking for Modern Warfare 3, I was thinking about using him, but I haven't used him that much. Although I did make a logo for him, with him, for the Almost Daily Variety Gaming Livestream show. He was the extra special Modern Warfare 3 beta reward. And that's when I made all these extra signages. So I should have I have an isolation of her somewhere. Oh, duh, it's in Photoshop. Actually, we can do that right now. We can sort of set it up. Let's open this up. Oh, let's set up the different layer it's going to go into. Unlock all the other ones so we don't actually delete anything or wiggle it around wrong. And then if we go into DJ said play a little music. Go into Photoshop and just open in raw Photoshop mode. I think if we scroll down, we will find Sergeant Major Motoko. It may or may not be the same. Is that the same screenshot that we used in that other graphic? I think it is. I want to believe it is. It may not be. Save the step. Right here. Will this have the transparency or not? I could. I could also just add them instead of replace their head. I could just add her. Let's what was it? It was this, not the other one. Import image from image. Cancel. Import image from file. Yes. Boop. Oh, good. This one came in complete good transparency. Awesome sauce. Yeah, we can totally just like place her here. I should also. Oh, I should be able to do like me. And we should to make it really goofy fan art. Wait, done. Gonna do this. People are gonna be like, wait, whatever the fuck I want, bro. I'm making art here, dude. Okay, the question is, where do I have that? I'll just go to Photoshop and re-export it. It'll be faster than trying to find its original save. I have multiple versions of me here, of actual me. Which we could use. I also should have other character versions of me, like I have the silver face photo. I have the I have a Mr. Zeppo robot guy. I kind of feel like this one, it should be this one because I've never used it before, and it's kind of goofy of me. Yeah, okay, alright, this is different. I've never used this one before. I took this photo, I did this isolation, and I've forgotten about it. We're gonna put it to use, we're gonna put it in this fan fiction art. The Many Adventures of Mr. Zeppo, a painting. Save to files, put it in images, boop. Come here, you. Okay, that's what makes it a clean export. Let's see, do we have any other cool versions of people that we might want to use? Oh, that's the other version of her. I have multiple versions of her that I have extracted. Should we add another character from a different... We can add... He doesn't have all his feet. I can go into Modern Warfare 3 and get a full body screenshot of my default Mr. Zeppo without a machine in his hands, because I don't think I actually have that. I could do the original. This is the original me sitting at a thing. I should expand that though, because its scale is wrong for that file. Oh, let's go. I have to do this. Yes, there we go. Shrink it. Don't stretch it like that. Proportional stretch it. There. Done. It's missing a sleeve, but I always just think about overcompensate. And I always wish I'd redone this image, having noted where my hair was and making my hair look better, like the hairline and the mask line up better. But it works for basic rendering. Like I'm just... Oh, you know what we will do is we're going to pause the blue line sketch. We're going to create a composite. Then we're going to run it through AI and ask it to do a cool rendering. See if it comes up with something that we like better. Save to files. I am going to take a break first, though. We're just queuing this up. Who else? Do I have another one? So some friends and acquaintances. That's a great photo of her, but it doesn't work standing. What other cool characters could we throw in that are stand-up characters? She's from PUBG. She's from the other form of PUBG. I just realized she's missing a piece of her costume. I would need like a backfill sketch. Oh no, she's missing a whole piece of her actual outfit. Bad extraction. You can do other versions of me. I think that's enough. Just putting in Motoko, which makes no sense, and a really fun, clean, awesome extraction of her being saucy there, which of course does not make any effing sense, is hilarious enough. Let's add in myself. Import image from folder here. Because I'm a goofball. Tap, drag with one finger to move, pivot with two fingers to rotate, and pinch the scale. Almost there. Is that too big? Is that too small? I'm standing in water, but I'll reconfigure so that's rocks back there. And or we'll hide their feet, which would make sense. Both make sense. Might swap them out too. Gotta fix the blue lines and whatnot, but for now, we've done set it up. And what I might do is like, boom, I might just export this and be like, hey, AI, make a rendering of this group portrait. But I don't know, I wouldn't know what the prompt would be. Now I kind of want to go do it. Like, just dump that in and make it, just make an accurate line sketch representation of this. Ooh, that would be the prompt. Yeah, that would be a good prompt. Let's try that experiment before we leave. Let's just export this composite image as is. What does this do? Oh, nice. Go back over here, though. So as you can see, this is the full image. I sort of started a blue line thing, but I've hidden it. I've done a basic beginning into that backdrop, which I'll have to adjust and erase some bits away. Like, there's water on her leg. We don't need that. That'll ruin the image. But we're not going to go blue line. I'm going to ask it to render, because I realized that I can. With one of the particular modules, I can ask it to render a blue line. But I was working with a blue line. We're going to see if it'll take this composite image and give me a pencil line sketch. We're going to save. We're going to save a gallery. And then we're going to export or share. Flattened image ping. Yes. PNG. Okay. Save image. All right. Now we're going to go to our... Wait. Close out. We're going to close this out. I want to see if it'll render something that looks like this. Okay. Do we have an example of something? Oh yeah, we do have. Here, let's go back into, before we open the AI app, let's go back into our gallery and go to the library. We were recently tinkering with some AI stuff, but these results right here did come from an actual blue line sketch, that the one I've already shown you multiple times that I made. So that was the AI re-rendering this. So what I'm wondering is, can I pick the right combination of words and widgets? Words and widgets. I love it. Coin that phrase. So that the beautiful, the glorious, and subscribed to Wombo Art AI. I did this last year. I don't remember when my subscription expires, but I needed to keep up with that so I don't get charged when I'm not expecting a charge. But this is a cool one, and it might actually be able to do what we just said. Let's pick the right, I think 16 by 9 will be the right thing. Then from gallery, will this fit in completely and correctly? Yes, 16 by 9 is the correct thing. Next. All right, this will be weird and interesting. I'm going to type in instructions to render. Actually, you know what? Let's just not do it. Let's just go. Sometimes it's a straight whatchamahoozle. We'll leave it at 50. Let's see what it proposes. Rose gold? No. Let's go through the styles. I need to prepare. I want to make this into a... Ooh. I kind of want to try cartoonist first. But that's an impulse thing. Getting one of those itchy sock moments where like everything everywhere wants to be scratched. And it's like, Okay, I'm excited. I'm just having fun and excited, and it's cheesy. So many options. Warp black lighting might do it. The cut V, I'm very curious because that is a sort of black. It seems to be a black and white choice. Please enter a prompt. It does. Okay, it does need a prompt. Okay. Interesting. Render. Render an accurate. What's the right wording? Depiction. Of the input image prompt. Just input image. There. Making the prompt as neutral as humanly possible, so I don't impact it. We're at 50%, although I guess we will tinker with strong later. 50% is default. We're gonna see what it does. Check when that subscription renews. You need to make sure I don't get automatically charged over again. I love it, but I don't use it as often. Oh! Okay. Interesting. Notice we've got a face rendered. We've got faces rendered where there are no faces. We no longer have Major Motoko. We do have a weird depiction of the black hole sun. And we have like, it's fun of it. Suddenly there's a horse. This one's kind of cool because at least all the faces are kind of interestingly usable or visible. Wow, that one's a weird, sorry mess. This one's fun and weird. I kind of want to keep this one. We're going to download it with the watermark. I do like the weird Assassin's Creed robot face guy. He's got like an almost Assassin's Creed logo, which is kind of bizarre and hilarious because we didn't say anything about anything. This one, at least it's a woman. I don't know what's going on with the horse guy because he's not sitting on the horse. He's part of that horse. And then the character that is me, I want that. That's like I need this image just so that I can have a copy of that. That's too hilarious. I love what came out of that. I want to clip him out and like use him as a picture of me. I like that. This one's super weird, but not quite as adorable as I want, and that's super generic. And although kind of the most overall like logically consistent of all the images in and of itself. Here's what we want. We want to render an accurate depiction of the input image, and we're gonna go ahead and just boost this to 100% and see what happens. It's gonna look way too much like the photo, so we'll re-render a few steps back and see if we can get something interesting. But I thought it might. Oh, look at that! My faces, their faces. Why is it always like faces never work? Like you're looking at a face. Why doesn't it just add cool brushstrokey bits? Okay, that's way too much. Can we get 69 to pop in there? This also might not be the right module. I was just attracted to it because it looked like an engraving and it was in black and white. But it's bringing color. I don't know why. That's its own curiosity. Comedy fail. That is vaguely usable. That's close but awkwardly horrible. Also close but awkwardly horrible. That one's almost the best one. But I still really wouldn't use these. Also, I want it to not be in color. Let's pull it back to 50. Actually, let's keep it at 69. But let's pick a different style and pick one that's specifically about sketching. Not cartoonist. There's another one. Is it cartoonist? This version? Etching? Ink. Duh. Hello, art fan community who might be Whoa. This is truly abstract and bizarre and intense. And I don't even know what it is, but it has something to do with a motorcycle. It's motorcycle jousting! It turned the black hole sun into a motorcycle wheel coming in from out of frame. I almost kind of love it. And it's like so incredibly uniquely different that I'm gonna make it a Rorschach block image in our thing, in our world. This is the happy accidental result of tinkering this way. I'm literally trying to get a very specific image, and I'm getting these accidental, interesting curiosities that are, this one's gorgeous. I'm gonna use that in something. I don't know what. This one's kind of, except for the fact that it's a freaking guitar. Why is he rocking a guitar? And they made the black hole sun a symbol. What's the original? The original one just like motorcycle jousting. It's so bizarre. Okay. I kind of hate this one. The fact that it turned it into a clock. Okay, fun. We're gonna keep with this. We're gonna push this up a little higher to like 89. Go 80. To render an accurate depiction of the input image. Sketching. Let's see if that... We might have to change that language a little bit, but we're going to tinker. Why motorcycles? I don't know, but comedy fail. We have to push to 100. Definitely some sort of monster motorcycle there. Some sort of armed sports ball motorcycle riding here. Again, bizarre. Let's go back. Let's go ahead and push this to 90%. Render an accurate depiction of the input image as a black and white rough draft ink sketching. Or just ink sketch. Sketch is the correct way to... Let's go. We might want to try to add the negative space instruction, but that might be too complicated. Let's see what happens. We might push the thing to 100 to see if that'll get it to render it correctly, but still be inky. That's the goal here. Interesting. Again, rendering a clock. Some sort of like... This looks like the Empire of Texas Last Stand. Oh my god, I think we're going to call it that. Hold on. Texas, no. Oh, last ST. That doesn't sound right. I don't think I want to publish that. I retract that. I withdraw that idea. I'll save it though for potential utilization. This whole bad guys in front of demolished cities is fascinating. On motorcycles. Okay, we're going to push this to 100. Let's hope for the best. Okay, not the right module. Play this audio, DJ Zed. Why do you keep stopping? What does it be? Okay. Let's go cartoon. Let's bring it back to 50 for fairness sake. Okay, this cartoon is way too specific, and even with black and white, it fails to not include color. I don't think I'm gonna get what I want because this image is too much information. It's got too much color in it, and I don't know if any of these modules know how to reverse engineer from like finished thing art in terms of artistic process. Finished product to conceptual sketch. One of these might do it. These are fun and funny. Like this could be like one of the things that this inspires for me is like, I can write a short story based on this image. Whoa, scary. I don't know what's going on down there, down below. What are those? What's going on there? That was almost usable until I saw that. Lots of motorcycles and space vehicles. The Picasso forehead ruins it. The first one was salvageable for something. Like, I can go and make a really, really, really fine, detailed sketch tracing of this, and then ask this AI to make, you know, cartoony, sketchy bits. Let's see what happens when we bring this up to 69 and keep the same instructions. We'll see if we ever get like a really good re-rendering of my goofy image in a way that makes sense. That's fun and different. Again, the banner and the thing becomes a motorcycle. Whoa, that one's fun. Motoko is getting closer, and so is the central character, just looking like a slightly different, altered interpretation of the thing. None of this is turning it into a sketch, though, in black and white. Okay, let's try a different one. We'll see what it does. Obviously, if I pushed it to 100, it would just look like my photo, and it would look very, very much like my photo. Asian ink. Asian ink. Back to 50 for equity's sake. Good times, friends. Thank you for joining me. If you're dropping in, especially over on the TikTok. By the way, please be advised, anyone, if you can hear the sound of my voice right now, whether you're watching live or in the... Whoa! What is this madness? This is like really beautifully fully rendered new idea thing in watercolor / art, like real photorealism, almost attempted, like with it very much an Asian. Got it. I get the Asian motif and why the watercolors work the way they do. All right, interesting. That one's lovely in and of itself, and it's just actually an engaging photo. That one deserves to be a thing and to turn into its own story moment of some kind with these new imaginary characters. One of these has got to be like, that's also kind of usable. This one's hilarious. And again, with the motorcycles, that banner just wants to be turned into a motorcycle. I wish I'd thought ahead of time and like actually just erase that banner. Also, I wish that we could be doing this with my final like pencil sketch rendering of. I look forward to doing that. Is another way of putting it. What do I do with this? I'm gonna save that. This one's like the worst one. That one. This one's really neat. That one's actually also pretty decent and usable. We'll keep the image there just for reference, the watermark, I mean. Okay. I wonder... what happens if we go to 69 for consistency's sake. We're going to 16 first. And then up from there if we find it. That was already pretty good renderings as opposed to like weird crazy stuff. What was that? There we go. That looks like more like a cape and more like Motoko and more like a Japanese version of me. It's cool. Fun. I think ultimately this will look. That one's very cool. I love what they did with the sun thing. Too bad there isn't a version of this that does like, and now we can make it look like everyone is the same. It's the same exact image, but now their faces all look like Nubian, and now their faces all look, Canadian, indigenous, tribal, whatever the right name for them would be, because I don't know any off the top of my head. Or Alaskan Inuit, like that. That'd be cool. That'd be cool, like an indigenous people's watercolor painty thing that was inspired off of this module. Go module maker. I don't know who this module maker was or did it, but do I want to keep any of these? I kind of do and I kind of don't, because they're sort of like way too beautifully specific. And sort of not what I was going for. Close. I want a module that'll take the photo and turn it into like that. What's that other one that's like the bunny? All premium. Let's go all premium. The city illustrated literally says illustrated, right? Should we keep it at 69 for funsies? Just now that we've done a few 50s, yeah. We'll keep that. Render an accurate depiction of the input image as black and white rough draft ink sketch. Let's see what happens. Having fun with this. It's kind of crazy. Oh, wow. This one's awesome. This was going to get us somewhere cool. Like, that one's super usable. It both is remotely... It totally invokes the original image and the like the crazy thing I'm imposing in it, but it also just looks good. That's very usable. Let's see what else is here. Let's see. Oh, I kind of like that one too. Any of these can be like turned into the final painting just from there. I almost don't want to do any more. I kind of just love that. Are any of these better? My hair turns into a hat. This one, my face and her face both look a little bit more normal than this one. The male character's face here looks pretty good. The female character's is like a little wonky wonk. I am curious what this one might look like a little stronger though. Not all the way, but let's say 88. Let's just go to 90. It won't redact to black and white, but let's see. Oh, this might be way better. I might go with that one. In terms of things that I'll re-pencil and then water paint. Although the rocks aren't as good as in the previous iteration. I might borrow the land from the previous set. Well, that one almost gets it. Actually, that one almost looks... Their faces almost look the best there. I think oof, not that one. I like this one a lot. Both their faces look really good. Not that one. Okay, it's between this one and that one. I think I kind of prefer this one overall, although her face is not quite as good. I like her face better here. Shit, I want to combine the two. Sort of love her face better. Nah, this one works. This satisfies all the needs. It looks good. We're going to publish this. Come on, let go of that. Oh, let go of that. Just go to the end of the word. Motherfucker. Just go to the end of the word. Mixed World FanFiction FanArt. Publish. So Zeppoverse, I didn't go to the extra effort of putting my character's face in, but also it's a mystery. Let them be helmeted. Because that keeps the iconic image. We sort of evolved the idea from replacing the helmet head character entirely to, or just replacing their head so that it's a girl character, to adding me and Major Motoko, which is hilarious. And I think we've achieved completion. I'm going to resketch this instead of the mashup photo that I've got. Wait, let's view the listing. This is my page. Come on down to my page and scroll through and vote for the best ones that you like of all the different things. No one's been by lately. Well, there's a couple of votes, but these are all older. Been around for a while. If you are watching this now, please, I humbly invite you. If you're watching this live or in the not too distant future, come on through. How do I show the thing? Show the thing. There you go. I should take a screenshot of this. Oh, this still has Trump there. Huh. You can find this page by visiting solo.to/Mr. Zeppo and finding the AI art link. There are several art links. Visit them all and check out how there's supposed to be a sort of a place where we're displaying different stages and different inputs into a big, giant online hyper collaborative process where I'm collaborating with myself and others. Oh, I love some of these. And myself and the AI, you know. Like this is just a gallery of other people's stuff. That's not me. My gallery is over here. We showed you the thing. Come on through, come on by. This is Wombo Arts AI, Dream AI inputty thing. Let's try something else. Let's try this image here to make a new thing. In cartoonist, in whatever that art style we just used. Oh no, wait. This is that whole image. We want to find from gallery just the... Oh, this is the already AI art. Oh no, back that shit up. We're in the wrong format for that. We gotta go square. Oh, and it won't come out from that. Gallery. That's history, though. Comedy. I should just sketch. This is me. This is my... Oh no, that's my original. Revamped. What am I doing? Oh, I'm doing this, and I'm reconfiguring it using... Cartoon. Illustrated. I think I've liked this one the best so far, overall. Let's see what it does with that prompt. For funsies, just for now, right? We're working on stuff. Gonna love that. Oh, what's beautiful about this is that we could just now use this as an abstract image that correlates and unites multiple places at once. Or multiple moments. This is kind of like a really fun abstract image. It didn't really design what I wanted, but I'm gonna keep them all. But we're gonna go back over here. We're gonna move this to 69. We're gonna go, and we're gonna slightly adjust the all-seeing cosmic eye. Let's see if that helps. By including the keyword I, we should dramatically change what is rendered. Oh, what? An error occurred during generation. Tap to retry. Let's see what the other things are. Interestingly, very similar and yet... Ooh, I love that one. There we go. That's the kind of thing we wanted. Like a thing that looks like an iris. A black hole that looks like an iris. That one looks even more like an actual eye. Ever so subtly. That one is kind of perfection right there. Because it also it very subtly hints at a... This was beautifully abstract, like someone painted it. Now the question is which one to publish. I sort of love this one the most. I love this one also very much. I like that. I like them all. You know what I didn't do? Is borrow that prompt. Or copy that prompt. But at least... We're going to call it Unity. What's awesome is we don't have to sacrifice. We used to not be able to publish like the same from this series of results. We can only keep tinkering with undo, redo, or create variations or regenerate, but we couldn't publish. Once we finished, it was finished. For a hot minute there, in the way this used to work. But it has they've updated that, which is beautiful. I'm so glad for that. So I can go back and publish the 3 that I like the most in the order that I want to publish them. I should have added a number like 3, 2, 1 or something, but whatever. Okay. Awesome sauce. Let's clear out of all of the process here. Boom, boom. Okay, right now, you know what I love doing? Is just going, surprise me, create with the same prompt that we just used. After having made some arts and published some and made them and created it. Neat. Awesome. Maybe a little too abstract. Also, way too abstract. Way too abstract. But beautiful. This reminds me of an image I've used before in something, but it's like not the same. It's the same color scheme. I do really kind of just love that. For downloading all of these. Remove watermark on this one. Keep the watermark on this one for identifying purposes. We'll use these for chapter breaks or whatever. This one actually, hey, look, it looks like an eye. With a watermark. Save it. Good times. We'll leave that there. What happens if we back out? Okay, so we're gonna go back to our Sketchy app and round things out for the session and get ready to where are you? Art app? You're way over here. Come here, sketchbook. Let's go back to gallery. Boom. So this is the original, which I intend to sketch, but also I could just where's the, I think it's this last one. I could sketch that. I could just paint can that directly. Whoa. I could sketch that. I not quite perfectly overlaid it. I think I'd rather sketch my own face though, in greater detail than sketch this like near facsimile of my face. And yes, this would be considered a facsimile. But we'll how do I don't know how to delete something yet. How do I get rid of this? Oh, there it is. Boop. All right. So we shall return to future episodes of, how do I make this visible again? What happened to it? Oh, there it is. Boop. Where we will continue. Oh, I guess we could fix this one bit. Unlock this layer as the only layer that is unlocked, right? No, lock that down. Lock that down. That's locked down. Obviously, she doesn't need or want. It's perfect. Something else? There. Oh yeah, across her head. Don't need that right there. There must be a little bit more. Oh, there's a little bit all over me. Let's go. Oh, that collar is awkwardly not complementary to the other side. I like the way it looks on the side where it isn't all wrinkly, and I don't like the way it looks on the left, on our left. In the picture would be my right, I suppose. I do believe. Anyway, yeah, we need to put some rocks there instead of water, but other than that, we're there. Alright, join us for future episodes where we will articulate that into a full-blown blue line sketch, which we will then ask the AI to re-render. Now, there's a reason why. We'll revisit these examples to sort of help exemplify why. Can I move this over? Come on. let's move this over. No? Okay, whatever. Boom, let's go like that. Select, move to, just, I want to move to what? Move to, I don't know what that means. It's not doing anything. Select. Okay, doesn't matter. Close whatever that is out. Okay, we're back here. I want to add a little something of a sketch to something so that it's like an update. We are in pencil mode and we are correctly in the correct layer to do the drawing in. I'm rough handing it because I want it to look like a sketch, you know? Like, it's okay. All right. That'll do for now, friends. Join me as I slowly make progress through this drawing into it becoming a different thing. Hopefully without motorcycles in it. We're going to get rid of that. I'm just not going to draw. I'm not going to sketch that. I might go to the trouble of trying to delete it, but I also rather not, kind of. Rather just sketch what it is. And then take the sketch. Ultimately, we will get to a point where we'll be like, okay, boom. The sketch is gone, and here's what's left. Because obviously right now we haven't even started on those characters yet, so... I will draw the faces with as fine a point as I can sketch and get away with and make it look good. That's another thing. And then we will proceed from there. This may take multiple episodes, multiple days, maybe even multiple weeks, but it's one of many projects in that department, which will become fabled, lore-filled, fictional MacGuffins that supposedly exist inside of the real world that is the book series I lovingly refer to as the Zeppoverse, which you can start reading sample chapters for and future chapters that will drop in the not too distant future in the coming days, weeks, and months and years over at wattpad.com, user Mr. Zeppo. The quickest, easiest way to find me is to go to my redundantly promoted link, solo.to/Mr. Zeppo. Find the Wattpad listing there for yourself. Be sure to click through and then bookmark and save, all that sort of stuff. And when you're in there, come on through and make a comment. Drop by, say hi. Don't be shy, etc., etc. Alright, friends, I'm going to go ahead and put this back. Let's leave it here. Boom. Thank you for watching this episode. DJ Zeb throwing a little music. I'm going to take a break and let's review these renderings for funsies on the way out as a slideshow. These are some of the AI renderings that we got that we may or may not put to use in the book series. I may or may not try to re-sketch these. I may just use these as is because they're gorgeous. They are inspired directly by an actual sketch that I made, which is the best part. And then my own. I really love this one and the details in it. Let me zoom in. Look at that eye. Look at that pupil. That is beautiful. And then also we can reference these in Mysterium in like indirect reference this way. I really love ones like this. That's super great. I could, in theory, just paint can this, and it would be pretty awesome. But I do like this rendering. It doesn't look painty enough. It is a weird and interesting, curious transformation of like, that's a photograph of me that it turned into whatever that is. That looks almost exactly like what's already in the screenshot, but also weirdly not like it, and it's weirdly wrong. Like, that doesn't look like the logo correctly, and I want to keep the logo there. That doesn't look like her exactly anymore, but I don't know, it's just fun. This one's different. I sort of love and don't. Once you zoom in, it's like, God, what a horror show. What happened there? Kind of comedy. This one's pretty cool, and you know, it's still very much like, oh, that's just AI. It's kind of like, these are elements that are really interesting. Look at how much it loves to put motorcycles in the background. But ultimately, the sketch I'm going to get out of the... Oh, you know what we haven't done? Here's something we need to do before we leave. Let's open up... We haven't just saved a basic save of this without just the composite. Like, the raw composite needs to be saved as a thing. Let's share. Flattening image, PNG. Save it. How fun and hilariously weird is that? I'm gonna have fun actually re-sketching it in pencil here. I wish it was bigger and that the faces I could zoom in bigger and have more detail, but they're pretty alright. And I know 3.33 is way too big, but we'll start with it. 1.2. See how that works. I don't want to go too light because then it'll just take forever to like make the lines dark and readable when it's zoomed out. For the faces, we're queued up and ready to go for this exploration of art drawing. And I like that we've already laid down a little bit to kind of contextualize the background around the characters and give it the look so that we can, you know, hide all the characters and be like, oh, now that we've got a flattened image, I guess we could just sketch that. It is cool that it's funny and cool that we now have it's that image, but it's flat. Like, they're no longer separate components. I definitely need to properly sketch in some rocks right there. And let the seafoam do things that happen on the side. Left and right. But as a quick Photoshop, quote unquote, we didn't use Photoshop. Well, we did, but we, you know, didn't use it for the full compositing. That was fun and hilarious and quick. Not done, but, you know, here we are, showing it off. I might post this to my Facebook page. I might not. I might purposely make an album of and then post all that together someday. I might not. But I'm sharing this as part of the live stream. So hopefully this will attract some audience from the, like, you know, arts and crafts corner of the world. Be honest and share your thoughts, especially about the AI stuff. Like, what do you guys think? It's kind of goofy and weird. Here's the original. Oh, it's funny. Here's an original. Forgot. I guess I did already share a flattened version of this. I thought I hadn't, but of course I did, because then we uploaded it to the AI generator. I love this guy. I wanna have him as a variant. I wanna like crop him. Let's do that now before I forget. Duplicate. Edit. Crop. We're just gonna straight crop to that character, so that we can just delete everything. Whoa! Delete everything else out. There we go. And we'll do that later. We're not gonna rush to it, but it doesn't have feet. That sucks. There you go. That'll do. We'll drop that into Photoshop and you just, you know, delete the stuff. Find the characters, delete the stuff. For funsies, so that I can then repurpose him. I can then drop him into things. Because he's just a cool character. And he's like a variant. He's a Zeppo variant. Maybe. Or not. He kind of looks like an Edgar Allan Poe variant. Right? Kind of looks like Edgar Allan Poe reincarnated in modern times. With hair that resembles mine, but is also very different. A motorcycle jousting. I did like this. This is a dystopian city. Under an alien sky. I should have added that, but nothing fits. Okay, friends. I gotta go eat some foods. Thank you for joining me for the nonsense. I guess I've already started. I could replace all these bottom layers and just delete them. Keep the other layer up and then do the work on the tracing on that. Part of me is like, yeah, dude, it'll be a little easier on the. Okay, here we go. You know what we'll do is we'll bring it in first to make sure that it works the way we want it to. Import image. No. Import image from this thing. Is it thinking? Is it importing it? Is that it? No. What the fuck? Oh. Yes, it was. Ah! I shouldn't have touched anything. It was perfect. Dang it, I wish I hadn't touched anything. Dang it! Undo. Oh, there we go. Reset. Okay, good. Double tap to reset. It's perfection. I can't even tell. I couldn't even tell. Okay, so now we can, in theory, that's just an empty bonus layer. We can get rid of all that other image, and there it is. Boom. Ready to go. Already, like, correctly being duplicated in this this one sketch layer, which is very near the top, but not at the top of all the layers. We don't need this many layers, and I will probably proceed to then delete the redundancy of the characters below. Now that we've got this, in fact, might as well. Hold on, how do we do this? Do I have to use 2 fingers somehow? There we go. No. There we go. Delete. 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 you're not seeing anything happen. Well, on the image, because we've got the primary image of sketch there to be sketched. We're going to just go ahead and delete our way into that one being at the bottom of the list. Boom. And we've got a blank. We've got this, and it's locked, and we can take it away, and we can make it disappear all at once, which is was the goal, the objective. It's the correct proportion. It didn't. I was, thank goodness, I realized what I'd done and I reset it. Holy moly, I was worried there. But there you go, friends. That's what it's gonna be like here on the art installation episodes, which might very well be the things I do at the beginning of the day. Most days, I may or may not do it every day. It's as the title implies. This is almost daily. I've got multiple ideas that I'm gonna juggle. Like tomorrow, for example, first thing on the live stream, might be jumping straight into video game play because I made a podcast before it or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But join me on the journey. There's a lot of content creation projects. Save to gallery. There we go. That we want to explore. These things are going to be time consuming and fun, hopefully. Who knows? Maybe they won't be fun. But the point is to make a painting, a digital painting, based on my sketch and whatever fun, weird things we do with the AI. That's just a tinker. I may or may not use the AI. I may use the AI as like alternates in the storytelling, but ultimately I want to paint can / hand paint with various. There's various apps, not just the ones that I've shown you. Like Drawing Desk has some really interesting ones, but I've got to figure out about logging into it. Actually, I should probably move this one up. Now it's all out of whack. Get back in there, silly. Because some of these are filter things, and some of these are not filter things. They're like paintbrush things. Like Paint Can is a filter thing, but some of Vectorinator should be down here, but Adobe Sketch should be there, unless it doesn't work anymore. Sketches, I don't remember if it works or not. Fresco, I don't think technically works anymore. Oilist and Visionist, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them. Vector Q and Paint Can, I love for the different things that they do. And then Linearity Curve, I haven't even tested what this is yet. So let me move this up and this down. And then Flow, I think, is actually a pretty good sketchbook too, and we don't use it very much. We should put sketches up here. I'm moving Vectorinator and Paint Can way down. ZenBrush 2 and 3 are gorgeous and awesome in Amazeballs. And I think 3 lets you trace. Lets you create a transparency layer or 2 or 3. So you can stake a photo and then like paint around it, paint on top of it. Which I think you can then just merge so that it looks like you've added cool paint strokes to your photo and your photo remains the photo. I forget how it works. We need to play with that. Simply Draw I have not tested. Adobe Fresco I don't think works anymore. Oilist I sort of love / hate, and the other ones I need to test. Sketchbook is the one that we're currently using for the blue / pencil stroke stuff. But some of these other apps do really, really great things. And have really, really great art tools. I don't even know what these other paintbrushy looks like. Paintbrushy things look like. But Concepts is kind of Amazeballs too. And we've been doing and or setting up to do similar. Concepts is also where I've been I'm archiving it and saying this is the final step. I'm sort of saving this one to be like I did it all in Concepts. Which I may or may not love. So that's just a straight a reverse screenshot of that moment. I may also I'm going to import that one into the other sketchbooks. I love the pencil. I don't remember if I can do the same thing exactly the way I'm thinking of. But what I do here that's important is add the here is for whatever reason where I go to add the signature. Because it's, I don't know, it's easy to import that thing and then scale it and it still looks really good. Whereas the other one, I haven't figured that out yet, but I've been just doing it here. It's like, so as you can see, there are different, let's put this over here. The things I want to test, / revisit. So there you go. That's a tour of some of the art ideas. Oh, art set is supposed to be cool. Let's that I think is supposed to have really good, like, it looks like the media that you're painting in. So does Sketches specifically. Adobe Sketches and/or Sketches and/or Flow all have their own unique, like, really great, like, brushes that follow their own really great physics rules, apparently, or something. I just remember these all being supposedly really great apps. And they're all absolutely free. Some of them have microtransactions, some of them don't. Some of them may not be usable. Because of that, some of them are most of them I think are totally, like, I love Sketches. And to buy the pro mode is like $4 for a lifetime unlock of all the other things. And it's gorgeous. You've seen, that's the one we were using all day today. Sketch Concept is also really great, and its pro mode is also, like, super non-expensive. And I think I've already paid for it. I think I got it right away. And it was like under $20 for lifetime unlock. No subscription, no monthly things. You could also have bought little independent components, but like the full package of the, then you've unlock everything there is to unlock was like $19 or something, or $17. So it was really great. And the brushes and the thing they're just awesome. Some I just haven't used it very much. And during the course of the next several weeks and whatnot, we're going to be revisiting them all and maybe eliminating a few from our palette, as it were, and getting into hopefully efficient workflow, so we can make some goofy, interesting, bizarro, digital FanFiction FanArt. And I combined the two together because for anybody who's didn't catch it when I've mentioned it earlier or haven't seen my explanation, these digital files are real life MacGuffins because in the books, they are real paintings. And if I had the money to have either given myself the painting studio and the time to acquire the skills, or the money to hire a real life artist somewhere, locally or far away, to make the real life large scale paintings for me, I would, but I can't now. So we're just going to focus on what we can do, which is rendering these conceptual drafts, all of which for now are going to be considered rough drafts, explorations and technical development, like conceptual tests to see what's what, which is why I keep tinkering with the order of the apps that we want to get through. At any rate, thank you friends for watching. I need to eat. I'll be back later with more art. Today I decided is Wednesday, so it's world building art related Wattpad Wednesdays. That's the day. Wednesday is going to be, I'm going to emphasize on that. We will still log into Call of Duty and to do our other sort of almost daily logins. That's probably what I'm going to do after this break, and then we'll dive into more art stuff. And then maybe a little bit of Valhalla, because I'm feeling the itch to go play a little Valhalla. We did leave in a really good spot where there's going to be just fun action and lots of opportunity to explore and upgrade our character. Plus all the other ones. I've activated this Assassin's Creed, putting my pencil away, getting ready to do something else. But thank you, friends. This has been art content creation episode of the Almost Daily. Here's one I'm looking forward to making art with. I'm going to pencil sketch this. I've already reversed it. And then I'm going to take it into the AI. Because I do like some of the modules and what they do when you ask it to take a pencil sketch and then reissue it as a new pencil sketch. And then I'll go back and re-pencil sketch it for funsies. Because I want to finish I want to like round out her shoulders so that she's got like an actual shoulder, and then round out her hairline so that it isn't like a flat image crop there, and then re-render it. So, and then use it as something. But in the meantime, friends, we'll be doing other things. So join us for all the fun, man. Oh, I meant to pick the slideshow with the name of the show. Oh, you know what we didn't do? This is Wattpad. Welcome to the Zeppoverse, sort of Wattpad Wednesdays. We do have a new rough draft for a chapter up. We might dabble in editing the text. Where is that? Where would that be? Let's get it. Would I do it here or would I do it over there? Core reveal. Yes. Text. Yes. We could do a Wattpad, straight up Wattpad Wednesdays. Let's show this over here. Hold on, let me click on this. We haven't done that in a hot minute. But alongside Wattpad Wednesdays, I wanted to make a signage for more on the width, on the wide side. Something sort of along the lines of this, but for art making day. You know what? I was gonna jump into the layout app, but I don't really know what I would make of it yet. I think I kind of want some line art that's finished so that I can make a cool composite of some of the different things I've made and then make a signage for it. But I should just make a generic one. I would just go with just welcome to Wattpad. Oh, you know what? Duh. Use this for now. This is going to be welcome to our art. I don't have a real title for the art part of the world building project. Illustrations. We'll come up with a title and we'll make that into a signage that's got like text on it. We'll put that here for now as a stand-in for the not the art one. And then as we get further along with the sketch art, like when I do a base, when I'm done with the base outline, no details, I'll drop that and put it so it'll be next to it as an update. Etc. We are gonna play some Valhalla later, so all the rest of that can just chill. Let's get rid of a few frames. Okie dokie, friends. Thank you for tuning in. This has been an episode of the Almost Daily Variety Gaming Livestream Show Extravaganza featuring art making as part of the Zeppoverse World Building Wattpad Wednesdays madness. Your attendance, your viewership is deeply appreciated. I'm going to take a break. It might be a prolonged break because I might want to do some stuff. Raw feed, right? Oh, but there's a red thing. No, it should also be centered. Why isn't this centered? It doesn't make sense. If I set it up, the wrong way, and we didn't fix it. Peace out, friends. Go be good human beings to each other out there in the real world as well as in all the other places. And please, if you can, spare a thought for your struggling content creator. Come on down and visit.